the Carey Center in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Today on the PAC Sports Network, the Bethany Bison visit the St. Vincent Bearcats. I'm Randy Gore along with Justin Piles for today's game. And so the green game goes green and pink, at least in the first game of our doubleheader, is pink around the Carey Center. And both teams participating in that is the Bethany Bison donning pink headbands and also pink shirts. And of course the homestanding Bearcats participating in that as well. So a little colorful theme here this afternoon and evening at the Carey Center, but should be a delightful doubleheader. We start with the women's action where the Bethany Bison are 6-9 in conference play, 7-15 overall. St. Vincent 16-6 overall and 13-2 in conference action. For St. Vincent, a win today will assure them the second spot in the PAC, which is a big deal because that would give them the second seed in the PAC tournament. For the Bethany Bison, a win today would help better their chances in keeping the sixth spot, which they currently occupy, but they have Grove City one game behind them and looming behind them with an easier schedule remaining than do the Bethany Bison.
Yeah, Bethany really has a gauntlet coming up. The game today against second place St. Vincent, then a home game against Thomas More, then a home game against W&J to close out the season. So you're looking at the top two teams and a third that's very good in the conference that they have to run through. So we're getting to the point of the season now where you're starting to figure out where you are in the conference and get yourself lined up accordingly to the tournament seeding. And then right now Bethany, they're kind of in the unfortunate position because there's no real room to go up, but they can fall down. And with the schedule that's ahead of them, even though they come in here on a nice win streak, it looks daunting ahead of them.
The Bethany Bison have won 3 consecutive games, that after losing 5 straight from January 18th through February 1st. A win today by Westminster, a comeback win in the second half, defeating the Waynesburg Yellow Jackets. That victory for Westminster has assured Bethany that they cannot catch the Westminster Titans for 5th place. So really right now Bethany is playing for 6th, as again they currently occupy that position, but hoping to stay in that spot ahead of Grove City and also the Teal Tomcats, but Teal losers earlier today to the Thomas More Saints. So Teal really outside of that scenario. It's really between Bethany and Grove City for the 6th spot. And again, the better position you finish in the regular season determines your seeding for the PAC tournament. And the more you can avoid Thomas More, whatever that scenario is, or avoid those long trips, then you better your chances of going deep into the PAC tournament. Of course, the semifinals and finals will be played at the site of the highest seed remaining, which in years past, and with the way the season has gone, the fact that Thomas More is undefeated to this point, no reason to think other than the fact that the semifinals at minimum will be played at Thomas More this season.
Well, this matchup today could actually be a preview of a first round game. Bethany in the 6th spot right now and a game ahead of Grove City. Grove City in action later against Geneva, but if those end up flip-flopping where Bethany falls into that 7 hole, they'd be here next week against St. Vincent.
Absolutely, and this could very well be a quarterfinal preview if it plays out as Justin had mentioned. And of course, we'll have to see how that goes. Grove City has to take care of their business, but they do have an easier strength of schedule than do the Bethany Bison with the remaining games following today's action. But just about ready for the national anthem here from the Carey Center. So we'll pause for a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and opening tap on the PAC Sports Network.
Disability affects the lives of over 29,000 people in Fayette, Washington, and Greene counties. Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living are people with and without disabilities working to meet those needs in the community. The success of Triple comes from the commitment of a dedicated board of directors, its members, and volunteers. To continue to improve services, Triple is renovating the historical YWCA building located at 42 West Maiden Street in Washington. This will allow for an assistive internet cafe, increased veteran services, and transportation and wellness to provide skills to help with independent living. Your help and feedback are appreciated, and if you seek assistance, we're here to help.
Bankruptcy myths. Busted.
Bankruptcy is just another word for failure. It's for deadbeats.
The typical person filing for bankruptcy is 38, middle class, and educated. Over 90% of bankruptcies are traceable to job loss, illness, or divorce, factors largely out of anyone's control.
Myth busted. Bankruptcy myths busted. Brought to you by Foster Law Offices. Call today to schedule a free consultation and sleep better tonight.
For 3 generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA. When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
At guard, a 5'6" sophomore from Wellsville, Ohio.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to PAC Sports Network coverage of the Bethany Bison and St. Vincent Bearcats today. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Women's action up first, and the starters being introduced as we speak as the visiting Bethany Bison and their starting 5. The Bison led by head coach Rebecca Upton in her 12th year with the Bison, and their starters, number 21, 5'9" sophomore Sammy Schott, 5'7" senior, number 22, Skylar Williams, 5'6" sophomore, number 23, Michaela Tipton, number 25, 5'9" senior, Taylor Varico, and number 33, 5'8" sophomore, Gabrielle Naples. Again, for the Bison, it's Schott, Williams, Tipton, Varico, and Naples. For the St. Vincent Bearcats and head coach Jimmy Petruska, their starting 5 for St. Vincent, number 0, 6'2" senior, Taylor Mathers, number 1, 5'2" freshman, Jasmine Weems, number 4, 5'6" junior, Elle Collins, number 11, 5'7" junior, Allie Schmidt, and number 20, 5'9" freshman, Mara Benvenuti. Again, for the Bearcats, it's Mathers, Weems, Collins, Schmidt, and Benvenuti. Also, our triple three-point shooters of the game, Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living. For the Bethany Bison, keep your eye on Lauren Simpson. She is 32 of 81 for the season, good for a 40% clip. And for St. Vincent, it's Elle Collins, 43 of 126 attempts this year, good for 34% shooting. Elle Collins, earlier in the year, was under 30%. She has continued not only to get hot, but stay hot from beyond the arc. She's certainly a tremendous outside shooter. Today is also senior day at St. Vincent, and while Elle Collins is technically a junior, she's going to graduate early, so she is being celebrated amongst the seniors, which it's her and Taylor Mathers today. So congratulations to all seniors involved, also Skylar Williams and Taylor Varico, the Bethany Bison, as they are seniors, but especially Elle Collins to graduate early. That is a tremendous feat. She is a communications major here at St. Vincent.
Yeah, talking with her just a little bit before the game, just seeing if she had any types of plans or anything once she gets out of St. Vincent. She said no, not yet, but she is looking. And I was here on Wednesday night just shooting some footage of her for our feature that will air at halftime of this game. And she just knocked down 3 out of 4 shots real quick against Geneva, so she definitely has her shooting touch back.
St. Vincent in possession to start the day, but Allie Schmidt misfires from point-blank range, and Bethany, winners of 3 in a row, hoping to extend their winning streak. Again, it's the green game going pink a bit today, green and pink, as you can see the attire of all players on the floor. Sammy Schott for 3, air ball out of bounds as Elle Collins watches it very carefully go out of bounds.
Yeah, the one thing that Bethany really has to deal with in this game is the St. Vincent pressure. The Bearcats love forcing turnovers, love running the floor also, and those are 2 things that Bethany will try and keep at a minimum. Certainly want to take care of the basketball in any situation, but you want to limit the chances the Bearcats have to run the floor, and they're very good at recognizing when a good opportunity to run the floor and be successful, get points on the other end.
Traveling on Taylor Mathers, Bethany will have possession again. Sammy Schott sends it in against the full court press of the St. Vincent Bearcats, and beating the press will be key, and there's a steal by Allie Schmidt. Schmidt fouled on the other end is Michaela Tipton, who committed the error in giving the ball away, then also compounds that with a foul on the back end. So Tipton, the sophomore, the first foul of the day for either team. And now it's Allie Schmidt at the line, the 5'7" junior. First free throw is good. Schmidt from Allison Park, PA, and Oakland Catholic High School. She is a 55% free throw shooter. She does better than that here, 2 for 2. 2-0 St. Vincent to start the day. Skylar Williams passes left wing to Tipton. Tipton, nice dish to Sammy Schott. Make that Gabrielle Naples. Back to Tipton. The rainbow drops through. And we have an even ball game, 2 up.
Yeah, good luck today with trying to identify players. Oh, running the floor real quick. Taylor Mathers with the layup. I was going to say usually you can identify a player with a headband or something like that, but they're all wearing headbands. So being down here on the floor, you have to go a different kind of characteristic or clothing apparel that you're going to distinguish if you can't see a number.
Yeah, that's the one advantage you have as a broadcaster with women's basketball or whether it be high school or the collegiate level, girls or women's sports, that you can identify them typically from the headband or that type of attire, but not so today. There's Mara Benvenuti with a lay-in off the theft and transition bucket for St. Vincent and quickly opening up a 4-point lead.
Sometimes that's difficult when you're coming into a game, too, when you're trying to tell who you're checking in for, who'd you have, who are you guarding? Well, the one with the headband, that doesn't work.
And the one with the pink headband. Well, everybody's got a pink headband today, especially for the Bethany Bison. And so ball tipped out of bounds by St. Vincent. Bethany still trying to inbound it. Sammy Schott triggers it. And Verico in the backcourt. Bearcats ready to pounce. Verico hands it off to Williams in the backcourt, the top assist player for the Bethany Bison. Verico around a screen, dribbling right side. Bounce pass out to Williams.
St. Vincent doing a nice job of keeping them along the perimeter.
Gabrielle Naples, left-handed, high off the window, 6-4.
Now for the most part, but Naples finding a way around Taylor Mathers.
Naples, who averages 10 points per game. Also the team leader for the Bison with 9 blocks, but a foul on Naples right now as Mara Benvenuti at the charity stripe. Benvenuti, one of the talented freshmen, 81% free throw shooter, gets the first one to spin in.
Yeah, I really like the group of freshmen. We've been able to see St. Vincent a few times this year, and Benvenuti along with Brianna Zajac, Hannah Carroll, a couple of other freshmen off the bench. It's a good group. We talked about the seniors earlier, too. They've seemed to mesh well with the new class coming in.
Kyla Tipton nearly loses it, but Taylor Verico, one of the Bethany seniors, hands it off to the other Bethany senior, Skylar Williams, in the forecourt. Pass to Tipton. And both these teams very young. Naples out to Sammy Schott. 16-footer, nothing but net. Sammy Schott, our Foster Law Office's player of the game last week. El Collins with a miss from beyond the arc. Back of the iron board to Skylar Williams. Now it's Schott into the middle. Naples, baseline area. Tipton trying to dribble around El Collins, but could not quite get around her, but Collins whistled for the foul. Also impressive about El Collins, aside from the fact that she's going to graduate early as a junior, and again being celebrated today on senior day, is Skylar Williams for 3 out of the quarter. No good. Schott trying to tip the rebound out to herself, but out of bounds. But El Collins, 150 points shy of 1,000 for her career. So keep in mind the fact that she's a junior. Imagine what she could do if she stayed for one more season.
Well, she'd probably hit that mark.
Most certainly, and then some. Tremendous outside shooter near the perimeter here, off the mark, El Collins. Rebound, though, Taylor Mathers with the putback.
Mathers just ripping that away from any other rebounders. Taylor Verico in the area, knowing what to do with it once she grabbed it, just up off the glass.
And Mathers on the back end with the tip, and Weems able to collect it. Ahead quickly to Benvenuti. Bounce pass on a couple of hops out to a wide open El Collins. No good. Collins a little cold to start today. Taylor Verico with the rebound. 10-6 St. Vincent leading. 4 minutes into the game. Taylor Verico, another strong outside shooter. Passes it off to Schott. Baseline looking for Verico. Tipped out of bounds by the Bearcats. Some new troops checking in for Bethany as Verico and Naples will exit. Entering Lauren Simpson and Shelva Burns. Pair of freshmen in the game. Inbounds pass to Sammy Schott. Out to Lauren Simpson. She's one of our triple three-point shooters to watch out for today. Michaela Tipton, wild drive baseline, draws contact, and a foul on the floor on the Bearcats. Jasmine Weems whistled for that foul. That is the second on the Bearcats. 2 for each team to this point. Lauren Simpson accepts the inbounds pass. Swings it left to Williams for the three-pointer. Back of the iron. Simpson, though, with the offensive board. Second chance opportunity here for the Bison. Williams directs traffic. Looks right side to Tipton, who hands it back off to Williams. Lauren Simpson dishes into the left quarter, and as Tipton tries to kick it out, it's Schmidt anticipating the pass for the steal. Leaner, the foul on Williams upcoming.
Oh, Skylar Williams staying right with her, even though she was backpedaling a little bit, keeping it in front of Allie Schmidt, keeping her away from the hoop and making it just free throw opportunities. You don't want to see that ball go in once that foul is called.
Free throw for Schmidt is true. She's 3 for 3 so far today at the line.
3 new players in for St. Vincent. Jessica Welch, Brianna Zajac, Drew Meeker, all checking in.
As we mentioned in the open, a win today for St. Vincent would assure them the second spot, the second seed in the PAC tournament. Another free throw connect for Schmidt. And the Bearcats, a perfect 6 for 6 at the line so far today collectively. And Schmidt 4 of 4 for 3. Tipped it, no good. Tall rebound. Tipped around and eventually collected by Allie Schmidt. Drew Meeker passes it off from the free throw line. Welch to Schmidt. Slides left with her dribble. And as she finds resistance, overshoots Zajac. Williams with the steal. Doesn't have numbers. Passes to Burns. And we have a traveling. It might have been 2 travels actually on that play, but the second one was called.
Yeah, someone was going to be called for traveling for Bethany. A couple of jump stops that didn't really stop. Feet came out from underneath, and that's an easy travel call for the Stripes.
Benvenuti walks it up the floor. A slowed pace just temporarily for the Bearcats. They love to run with it, and few in the conference can run with them. Welch with the take right side of the lane. Foul, no bucket, but she'll shoot a pair.
You also like the way they attack the hoop and attack on the fast break. It's a calculated kind of thing where if they don't have numbers, they're not going to try and push it or force something that's not there. But very good at knowing when to push the issue and very successful, especially early in this game, shooting a ton of free throws so far.
And getting to the line often. Not only getting to the line, but connecting. 7 of 7 now. Welch, 5'7" junior. Knocks down the second. Welch also a lacrosse player at St. Vincent. Well, talented multi-sport athlete in the backcourt. Simpson dribbles through a double team. Passes it off to Williams. Now Bethany will reset in the half-court offense. Lauren Simpson, baseline. Shot blocked by Mathers. And Zajac, outlet pass to Benvenuti. Weaves through 2 defenders for the finger roll lay-in. And St. Vincent opening up a 10-point lead. And that prompts Rebecca Upton to call a timeout. This is a full timeout. We'll take a break with the Bison. We'll be right back on the PAC Sports Network.
Bankruptcy myths busted.
Bankruptcy is just another word for failure. It's for deadbeats.
The typical person filing for bankruptcy is 38, middle class, and educated. Over 90% of bankruptcies are traceable to job loss, illness, or divorce, factors largely out of anyone's control.
Myth busted. Bankruptcy myths busted. Brought to you by Foster Law Offices. Call today to schedule a free consultation and sleep better tonight.
Out of our timeout, it's 16-6 St. Vincent over the Bethany Bison. Glad you can be with us today on the PAC Sports Network. I'm Randy Gore along with Justin Piles, Kat Guide, our producer today, and Shannon Basic, our camera person. PAC standings in women's play look like this today. Thomas More with a win over Teal. They are 16-0 and 23-0 overall. Again, St. Vincent with a win today can lock up the second seed in the PAC tournament. W&J with a victory. They are now 11-5. Waynesburg losing as they blew a second-half lead to Westminster. So that means Waynesburg and Westminster tied at 10-6 for fourth place in the conference. Current occupiers of 6th, the Bethany Bison at 6-9 as they trail this one by 10. Grove City facing Geneva today. They're 5-10 currently. Teal now 3-13 with a loss. Geneva 2-13. Chatham with a loss already. They are 2-14. And a giveaway by the Bethany Bison out of the timeout. Surely not with what Rebecca Upton would like to see right after the timeout.
You definitely like to see a little better job taking care of the basketball, but so far unable to really have a stranglehold on a good possession the last couple of times down the floor. You were talking about the hit real quick by Jessica Welsh, three-pointer. But you were talking about the Westminster-Waynesburg game. Westminster actually down 14 to start the second half and able to come all the way back. 4 seconds left, able to take the lead on a three-pointer by Gabby Holko. She actually finished the game with 27 points, perfect from the line, 11 of 11.
Wow, Jessica Welch cranks up a long-distance tray, wide open, and Rebecca Upton calls another timeout. And the look on her face, you do not want to be one of the Bethany players right now.
No, I think Jessica Welch wanted us to talk more about the standings and the scoreboard. A couple of three-pointers in the last 10 seconds as we were trying to review what had happened so far and what's going to happen tonight.
Well, you can continue to do so as we have a little more time on our hands.
No problem. I mentioned Gabby Holko with an excellent game. Looking around some of the other scores in the conference, Thomas More again all over Teal. You mentioned they won today. Sydney Moss with 26 points. Jenny Burgoyne 24 points with 10 rebounds for Thomas More. So both of them having excellent seasons up there around that 20-point per game plateau and surpassing it again this afternoon. Just looking at some of the other individual totals across the conference today.
Out of the second timeout called by Bethany in rather quick succession, they trailed 22-6 in the first half here, and Bethany again still trying to find their rhythm, and they are far from it at this point. Sammy shot for three, drains that. Well, that's a good way to help develop a rhythm. Sammy shot makes it 22-9. And shot with good range as well. She is the top rebounder for the Bethany Bison, averaging 7.6 rebounds per game, but has some range. Averages 11 points per game. Here's Welch with another rainbow, this time off the mark, and the rebound to Sammy's shot. Bounce past the Lawrence Simpson three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Shelva Burns, offensive glass shot blocked out of there by Taylor Mathers, and the ball comes right to her. Passes up the floor to Mara Benvenuti, will back it off. Welch with a head fake, bounce past Zajac as she spins free, adds some space, no good as the shot spins out. And out of bounds off of St. Vincent, trying to get her own rebound was Zajac.
Looked like Zajac was almost surprised that she received that pass with no one behind her. She spun around and had clear sailing to the hoop, and she might have got a little ahead of herself, realizing there was no body to contact or anybody to try and weave through there.
And she was so wide open, she hurried herself, so it appeared. Sometimes that happens, but nonetheless, St. Vincent with a healthy 22-9 lead. And breaking the pressure, the Bethany Bison. From the right wing, Taylor Varico, she'll crank up a three, and she'll hit a three. Taylor Varico makes it 22-12. So back to a 10-point game. Now they erase, at least, chip away at the deficit. Can't say erase, but they have chipped into the deficit. It was 16, now 10, with a couple of three-pointers. Mathers with the fadeaway, no good. Good defense by Shelva Burns.
Yeah, keeping Mathers away from the hoop. Looked like Bethany went a little bit zone that time. See if that works again, going back down the floor.
Alexis Naples bounce pass the right wing. Burns out to shot. Straight on look top of the key. No good from three-point land. Rebound Mathers. And Mathers with her height. There was no one from Bethany going to take that board from her. Pull-up jump shot. El Collins back of the iron. Long rebound out to Lawrence Simpson. Yep. Simpson wants a run. Has Burns left side. Doesn't have the numbers, though. Work it out. And now for three, Alexis Naples back of the iron. And there is another tip by Mathers as Drew Meeker gets the board, but that created by Mathers. And running the floor, Welch misses on the lay-in attempt, and then dribbling the ball off her leg, Lauren Simpson out of bounds.
Well, Mathers' height is such an advantage, but her hands are really her best asset, I think, being able to go up and get that ball. And you don't see a whole bunch of wavering once she grabs it. When she has it, she has it. And if she can't get it, she'll tip it to a teammate. But having the wherewithal on the court, knowing where her teammates are, and being able to grab that ball, not have it wrestled away from her, it's a great attribute and makes players solid rebounders.
And once she has the basketball, she knows exactly what to do with it. There's Collins with a travel. But if she can release an outlet pass quickly to get that transition game going,
right.
As soon as it is in her hands, it's out of her hands just that quickly.
Sometimes it's not an outlet pass up to mid-court or anything. Even if she just dumps it to a guard, it starts that fast break.
Verico to Alexis Naples, throws up a shot in the lane. The miss, board Allie Schmidt ahead to Drew Meeker. Meeker with the floater off the window. 24-12 St. Vincent. Drew Meeker's first bucket of the day, the 5'6" sophomore. Verico, three-pointer rattles out. Rebound goes to Hannah Carroll. Freshman right underneath the backboard. Elle Collins with a right-handed rifle to Mathers off the window.
Oh, there's the hands going up like a receiver. Good arm by Elle Collins, too. Didn't know when she let that one go if that was going to be complete, but that was a great play. Another turnover by Bethany right there.
But Schmidt unable to really fully control that. Ends up losing it in the forecourt. Burns with the fadeaway from point blank, Shelva Burns. And now Elle Collins with the strong drive.
Oh, you really like the way the Bearcats continue to push the floor. That time just Elle Collins dribbling past the entire Bison defense.
Simpson bumped twice by Hannah Carroll. The second time it's a foul. Going back to the bucket by St. Vincent a couple of buckets ago, the one where you had the rifle pass by Elle Collins. If there was ever a play to display the hands that you were talking about of Taylor Mathers, that was it, because that pass was humming.
Yeah, that was a fastball.
Most certainly. Well, it's 28-14 right now. R.E.L. Neal in the game. Bounce pass by Neal to Gabrielle Naples. Williams left side, Alexis Naples. Spins left side of the lane. In between two defenders, gets the bucket +1. Foul on Allie Schmidt with the body, as you could hear our official right in front of the scorer's table. Puts Naples at the line to try and convert the three-point play, and she does. Alexis Naples, the younger sister of Gabrielle Naples. Both from Salem, Ohio, and South Range High School. 11-point game. Jill Kegg off the left side of the rim. Ball out of bounds off of Carroll. Jill Kegg has battled some injury this season, but in the contest today, surely the Bearcats faithful, glad to see her back and healthy. And Neal bumped, trying to pin her to the sidelines was Allie Schmidt, but comes up with her second foul instead. And Schmidt will exit. Is entering now is Jasmine Weems, the 5'2" freshman. Weems, the team leader for the Bearcats in assists with 64. Right now we'll play some defense with Bethany in possession. Alexis Naples looking for some help, finds Neal. Neal around a screen from Burns. Drives baseline, shot off the underside of the backboard. Karams out to Elle Collins. She'll run the floor in transition, backs it off near the perimeter. Jill Kegg, top of the key. Passes it off to Collins, head fake, now tries the triple. Back of the iron, rebound, Benvenuti. Bounce pass out to Weems. Back to Collins for a long distance triple. This time she knocks it down, much to the delight of her family in attendance on senior day. Now Collins with 5, and the lead swells to 31-17 St. Vincent. Skylar Williams in the forecourt for Bethany. Shelva Burns right back to Williams. Ariel Neal with a travel. Now Bethany fell behind on an initial surge by St. Vincent, 22-6. Deficit right now at 14 points, so Bethany has stopped the bleeding, but they lost a lot of blood early. Trying to find a way to trim this deficit. Skylar Williams slithers through the lane and is fouled.
Williams spelled out by Hannah Carroll there. It looked like she lost the ball around the free throw line, maybe even earlier, but foul call before she was able to lose that out of bounds, so she'll head to the line.
Her second, team 6.
2 fouls on Carroll. And Taylor Mathers ready to re-enter, as well as Sammy Schott for Bethany. So Mathers in for Carroll and Schott in for Shelva Burns. First free throw good for Skylar Williams. Williams the leader for Bethany in assists with 80. Misses the second free throw off the right side of the rim. Rebound Jill Kegg.
Our first miss of the day from the free throw line. St. Vincent 8 of 8. Bethany out 2 of 3.
Mathers. Great positioning and location. Knew where she was in relation to the cylinder. 33-18. Mathers with 8 so far today. Alexis Naples finds sister Gabrielle. Left corner, Sammy Schott drives baseline. Gets that pass through a double team. And now Alexis Naples for 3, no good. Rebound coming out of there, Jasmine Weems, the 5'2 freshman, able to pull that ball away for the much taller Sammy Schott, and then with the pull-up jumper, Jasmine Weems. Doing it on both ends of the floor. And she earned that one with the rebound. As Sammy Schott stands at 5'9". So owning 7 inches on Weems, but was able to fight for that board and eventually get the bucket. Ariel Neal, nice take baseline, 35-20. Kegg, inside feed to Mathers, right back out to Kegg. She'll crank up the three-pointer. Bounces off the rim. Flying out of nowhere comes Skylar Williams for the rebound. Williams takes a bump on her way in on Taylor Mathers.
Foul number 0, Taylor Mathers, her first, team 7.
I think that foul was a result of Mathers being the biggest body in the pile there. Could have gone 2 or 3 different ways. A lot of times when you're the largest player down low, the tallest player down low, you'll pick up a couple more fouls than some of the players underneath.
Checking in for the Bison, number 23, Mikayla Tipton.
First free throw no good for Skylar Williams. Williams a 33% free throw shooter. Doesn't have many attempts though. 6 of 18 on the season. Misses both of her attempts here. So she's now 1 for 4 on the day. El Collins pull up three-pointer. Long board goes to Taylor Mathers. The miss, rebound, another offensive board for the Bearcats. That was pulled down by Ben Venuti, and the Bearcats reset. Under 6 to play in the first half. El Collins able to whistle past Taylor Varico, and nobody could set up a wall. El Collins with a strong take.
A couple times where she's just dribbled the ball right to the hoop, met very little resistance, and an easy lay-in at the finish of the play.
Williams for the three-pointer, back of the iron, rebound Gabrielle Naples, out to Tipton. She'll try the 3. Too strong on the shot, rebound Weems, and quickly ahead to Jill Kegg. Kegg lobs it past the Mathers, able to work around Tipton, gets the bucket, and the whistle on the foul charge to Bethany. Count the bucket. It's Mikayla Tipton with her second foul.
Mathers now in double figures with 10, looking to make it 11 with this free throw.
Actually, correction, that is the 3rd on Tipton. So she'll exit for Lauren Simpson. Taylor Mathers, as Justin indicated, the first in double figures this afternoon. And she'll make it 11 points on the day thus far. She averages 14 points per game. The team leader for St. Vincent, also amongst the conference leaders in scoring after a steal. Elle Collins with a perimeter jump shot, 42-20. Collins with 9. Tipped by Weems, and the ball handled by Mathers. Weems with a right-handed lay-in, firing through the lane, 44-20. St. Vincent rolling right now. And you could say steamrolling right now. Verico. Baseline, finds resistance from Mathers, throws up a shot. 2 in the area, whistle is on Jill Keck.
St. Vincent foul number 3, Jill Keck, her first, team 8.
True shooter, Taylor Verico spins home the first.
Checking in for the Bison.
Verico with 4 today. She averages 13 points per game. The do-everything type of player, Taylor Verico, leading scorer for the Bison. 65% at the free throw line. Averages 7.3 rebounds per game, does Verico, and she hits the second. Verico now with 5. Elle Collins has the ball tipped away and taken away by Alexis Naples. Right at the elbow, Williams open for a long three-pointer. Lauren Simpson off the mark. Board goes to Benvenuti. Benvenuti harassed by a shot, but lobs a pass ahead to Weems. And Taylor Mathers knifes through the lane. But St. Vincent, if they want to go outside, they can do that. If they want to charge through the lane, they've been doing that as well. St. Vincent having their way with Bethany to this point.
Yeah, 17-32 from the field, and most of that's done right around the rim. A couple three-pointers, 3 three-pointers for the Bearcats. But they're getting to the rim much too often to liking if you're a Bethany fan. We were here a couple years ago. Kind of a similar type of feel in the first half. St. Vincent-Bethany game. St. Vincent actually put up 53 points against Bethany in that game, on their way to 103. And we're looking at that kind of score right now around halftime.
46 already for St. Vincent.
St. Vincent foul.
Rebounded foul on the Bearcats of Sammy Schott. A foul on Zajac. Number 1 for Zajac. The 10th foul on St. Vincent.
That day, though, St. Vincent doing things much differently. They were much more regular from beyond the arc. 11 three-pointers in that game, and most of that damage done in the first half.
Second free throw rattles out for Schott. Board to Benvenuti. As the Bearcats always do, they run with it. Elle Collins surveys, deep 3, nothing but net. Elle Collins with a dozen. And the 2 quote-unquote seniors today, Taylor Mathers and Elle Collins, 13 and 12 points between the 2. Collins has it taken away by Skylar Williams and then fouled from behind by Williams. Or excuse me, fouled from behind by Collins, rather. Williams is the recipient of that, as she will go to the line for 2. Again, 10-plus fouls on St. Vincent at this point, so every foul on the Bearcats has the Bison shooting a pair.
For Elle Collins, her second. Checking in for the Bearcats, number 45, Jess Welch.
Skylar Williams, we talked about this last week. Part of the So You Want to Be a Coach program, one of 50 players nationwide in all divisions to be selected. And wants to be a coach in her future. A phys ed major at Bethany, and really benefits her on the floor. She is essentially a coach on the floor for the Bethany Bison. But right now, a foul on Skylar Williams.
Bethany foul number 22, Skylar Williams.
Sends Kayla Stocketis to the free throw line for the St. Vincent Bearcats. 5'7" freshman, off the mark on the first try.
Checking in for the Bison, number 34, Shelva Burns.
Shelva Burns re-enters for Bethany as Williams earns a break. And Stock-Kennis hits the second from the line, and it's 50-25, and there's another steal for St. Vincent. Finds Zajac cutting, beautiful dish by Benvenuti, and Zajac with the left-handed lay-in. Burns out to Verico. Verico, wild spinning shot, no good. And the Bearcats run with a 5-on-4. Verico left behind. Missed by Weems, rebound Zajac. Verico catches up the play defense. Zajac draws the foul. Brianna Zajac, 6-foot freshman behind Taylor Mathers. She's the next tallest player on this current Bearcats roster. And certainly could see the potential in her as we've seen the Bearcats throughout the year.
She's another one with pretty good hands too underneath. Good touch around the rim.
Second free throw back of the iron. Talking with St. Vincent head coach Jimmy Petruska. Talking about the style of this year's team and how they've run, and pretty easy early on. He said to see the players that they had, you had the speed, and obviously you play to your talent. And if the transition game is your strength, why not? And aside from Thomas More, we have seen no one else in Westminster. We've seen no one else keep up with this style of game. Jasmine Weems knifes through toward the cylinder for another lay-in. It's a 30-point lead for St. Vincent.
Well, St. Vincent has forced 15 turnovers, which has led to 22 points, and that's pretty good in transition.
And another steal. Here goes Weems. Weems pull-up jumper. Well, Weems didn't have the numbers this time. She took it herself with the pull-up. And again, whatever St. Vincent wants to do, they will. At least so far today. A miss by Bethany. Here come the Bearcats again. Welch fouled by Alexis Naples.
Yeah, however you want to break it down. Points off turnovers, 24-4 advantage for St. Vincent. Points in the paint, 28-8 advantage for St. Vincent. You know those probably go hand in hand in most cases.
Checking in for the
Jessica Welch with 9 after the first free throw connect.
Overall shooting 53% or 55% from the floor.
In for the Bearcats, number 14, Susie Ellis.
Second one good for Welch. She's in double digits with 10, so that's already 3 Bearcats in double digits, and we're not at halftime yet. 59 points for St. Vincent.
Still have a minute to go before halftime.
And there's another steal. Weems. Stock-Kennis with the leader in traffic. Gets her own rebound, essentially. She stripped it free from Burns, and the jump shot for Jessica Welch, 61-25. The avalanche continues for St. Vincent. Gabrielle Naples, head fake. And in between two defenders, will take a trip to the line. Foul on Brianna Zajac, her second. Gabrielle Naples knocks down the first free throw. Well, we've seen Thomas More several times this year, and of course, they are a very impressive team, and they can put up points in a hurry. This is an outstanding performance to this point by St. Vincent right now. 61 and counting, 44 seconds to go, and before halftime, and free throw on the second attempt knocked down by Gabrielle Naples. Three-pointer off the mark, rebound Burns.
Yeah, this is a page right out of the Thomas More book in terms of steals, turnovers, points in transition.
travel on Naples.
Another turnover there, just caused by good defense. You've seen some of the scores that Thomas More puts up at halftime or even in the game, and this is right up their alley. 61-27, shot clock off, so if St. Vincent wants the final shot, they can have it.
Jessica Welch looking for some help. Bingo! As Stockettis. 7 seconds to go. Looking for Welch, 1 second, throws up the high rainbow off the backboard, almost connected, but St. Vincent's done enough to this point, I'd say. 61-27 at intermission. We'll take a break. We'll come back on the PAC Sports Network.
Disability affects the lives of over 29,000 people in Fayette, Washington, and Greene counties. Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living are people with and without disabilities working to meet those needs in the community. The success of Triple comes from the commitment of a dedicated board of directors, its members, and volunteers. To continue to improve services, Triple is renovating the historical YWCA building located at 42 West Maiden Street in Washington. This will allow for an assistive internet cafe, increased veteran services, and transportation and wellness to provide skills to help with independent living. Your help and feedback are appreciated, and if you seek assistance, we're here to help.
61-27 at intermission. The Bearcats of St. Vincent with an impressive showing through the first 20 minutes. And Justin, you touched on it earlier. There was a game here 2 years ago where St. Vincent dropped 100 on the Bethany Bison, and well, just easy math. They're on their way to doing it again.
Yeah, they're actually ahead of that pace right now. That game, St. Vincent had 53 at halftime, and they did a lot on their outside shooting. We were joking here before that game with some of the people talking about how cold their outside shooting had been in that game, and that's still memorable because they went out and put on such a great shooting clinic in that game. But here, it's been all transition. It's been layups. It's been getting to the rim, and just Bethany doesn't have an answer defensively for St. Vincent. I think you said St. Vincent can do whatever they want, and that's really been the story of the first half. Whatever they wanted to do, whether it was pull-up jumpers, three-pointers, get to the rim, offensive rebound off a miss, they did it all in the first half. You can't do much better than 61.5 in a half.
Yeah, there's not much that could go wrong for St. Vincent, and the scowl on the face of Rebecca Upton as she headed toward the locker room. You do not want to be one of the Bethany Bison women's basketball players right now, because I'm sure they're hearing quite a message from Coach Upton. Again, you can tell just from the look on her face. She was far from happy, and nor should she be, with the score as it sits at 61-27. Well, as we mentioned, as Justin mentioned earlier on, our halftime feature today will focus on Elle Collins, who is the junior graduating early and being celebrated on Senior Day along with Taylor Mathers. And Elle Collins, a communications major, the focus of our PAC Sports Network Spotlight today. And that coming up on the PAC Sports Network.
Graduating in 3 years is something I'm happy that I decided to do, and I'm very confident with my decision in it.
It's a decision that didn't come easily for Elle Collins. A communications and marketing major, Collins was excited at the idea of graduating early, but one thing made the decision harder to make.
I really had to think about it. I mean, one of the reasons I loved St. Vincent was so much was because of basketball, and I'm not afraid to deny that. And it's a huge part of my college career here, playing basketball, and that was something, a very large deciding factor as to whether I was going to stay and play, and take like graduate classes or, something along the lines to stay for 4 years and play.
With graduating early comes more classes and an extra workload to keep organized.
She's taken about 18 credits, and for a women's basketball player, that's pretty impressive. I get impressed when they take 16 and do well. She's taken 18. I
mean, it was definitely I don't want to say brutal, because I've enjoyed every minute of being here, playing basketball, having fun with friends, in class and everything.
Although her basketball career will end a year early, Collins has been able to see her game grow and mature over the past 3 years.
I feel so much more confident in myself, and I feel like I'm a mature player. The past couple weeks, there was a few games, personally me, just like looking at myself, I've, struggled with my shots, not put my layups in, just really haven't been, just not my normal playing self. I feel I'm mature enough as a player to realize like that's going to happen, and I can't get, freshman year I would have gotten down, got upset, had to spend hours and hours in the gym just, keep on practicing to get over that. But now I know that I just got to get through it, push through, that my shots are going to fall, my layups are going to go, and everything's going to fall into place.
Overall confidence in herself as a person, and that translates to success on the court. Her freshman year, we were obviously very talented, and when you enter a team like that as a freshman, it's a little easier to handle that kind of role. But when those players are gone, she really matured and was very confident. That kind of ability to handle pressure in big games and to knock down shots and to lead by example are pretty impressive.
I got tons of playing time as a freshman, which I'm so grateful for. And, the past 3 years, he just, even when I'm down, he showed that he's confident in me, and he knows that, by showing me that I can get over things and get through things.
All of that confidence has been a big part of how Collins has emerged as a leader this season.
Last year and the year before, we had, 2 sets of different captains that I felt obligated, that I needed to listen to and take, not their orders, but listen to what they had to say. And now, I was a captain on my high school team. So through that experience and the experience of seeing other people lead our team, I just think, the confidence and learning through experience has helped a lot.
They step up to her level, her energy output. When she's going, they're trying to match that level. And our practices are pretty intense. And that's probably a big reason why.
She definitely is a good role model, and a lot of the underclassmen do look up to her, and she's done so much, and the freshmen just look up to her just as that academically, like that drive, but also she has that same drive on the court playing basketball.
Those teammates that look up to her and play alongside her every day are what Collins is going to miss the most.
I can confidently say this was my most favorite basketball team in regards to the girls that are on the team. We are closer than I've ever been with any other team or any other friends. I think we're a bunch of goofballs. Like, we really are, we're weird.
And in games, she's definitely serious, of course, as we all are. But she still has that funny, goofy side to her. She'll crack a joke or a smirk on the bench. And I don't know, she just puts a smile on your face. Even in practice, still intense and serious, a little more loose because it is practice, so more jokes.
I love the relationships that we have, that on the court we can say, Jill, you need to be doing this, just stay on top of this, or whatever, whoever it is. But then as soon as practice is over, the game's over, we all hang out on Friday and Saturday nights. We all we do things together all the time. We just have great relationships, and that's something I'm really gonna miss. And I'm so blessed that I have had that team as my last year. The relationships that I've made, I'll miss that a lot. The constant seeing them every day type of thing.
Even if I wasn't playing basketball, I'm sure I'd still be really good friends and best friends as we are now with Elle.
Over 3 seasons, there have been many memorable games with those friends, but a few stick out most in her mind and in the minds of her coach.
We played Juniata twice and beat them twice. And I don't know, Juniata, beating them has always been something great. We lost to them my freshman year and kind of been even with them ever since. So it was great to get 2 wins, one here and one at Juniata.
Her sophomore year against Grove City here, she was struggling a little bit from the 3-point line. So I called a play for her, and it's just a simple high ball screen, and she has the ability to decide to shoot or penetrate to the basket. And she knocked down a 3. And the very next time down the floor, there was a dead ball situation, and that we just had a little moment, I guess, and laughed and smiled, and I said the same play, and she went down and hit it again. But that would probably be my fondest memory of Elle.
Even though graduation is still a few months away, there's a lot that's left unknown for Collins, and she's enjoying every minute of it.
I'm going to miss her a lot, very much. Elle and I don't like to talk about her graduating and leaving.
It's all up in the air, which is exciting, and I'm kind of a control freak, so it's a little nerve-wracking for me too, because I like to know where I'm going to be tomorrow or what I'm going to be doing tomorrow at 2:30, in the afternoon, whatever. So it's a little, I'm a little apprehensive about it, but I'm trying to relax and just enjoy the process of looking for a job and seeing what's out there.
Bankruptcy myths busted.
Bankruptcy is just another word for failure. It's for deadbeats.
The typical person filing for bankruptcy is 38, middle class, and educated. Over 90% of bankruptcies are traceable to job loss, illness, or divorce, factors largely out of anyone's control.
Myth busted. Bankruptcy myths busted. Brought to you by Foster Law Offices. Call today to schedule a free consultation and sleep better tonight.
For 3 generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA. When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
Disability affects the lives of over 29,000 people in Fayette, Washington, and Greene counties. Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living are people with and without disabilities working to meet those needs in the community. The success of Triple comes from the commitment of a dedicated board of directors, its members, and volunteers. To continue to improve services, Triple is renovating the historical YWCA building located at 42 West Maiden Street in Washington. This will allow for an assistive internet cafe, increased veteran services, and transportation and wellness to provide skills to help with independent living. Your help and feedback are appreciated, and if you seek assistance, we're here to help.
When you're seriously in debt, you know that feeling. It returns every time the phone rings. Things are out of control. A job you were counting on didn't come through, or you got sick. No matter how it got to this point, your creditors don't care or understand, but I do. It's not too late. I can help. If you're embarrassed, overwhelmed, or frustrated, don't be. I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help, and you do need help. Please call me. There is a way out, and I'll get you there.
For 3 generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA. When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
Disability affects the lives of over 29,000 people in Fayette, Washington, and Greene counties. Tri-County Patriots for Independent Living are people with and without disabilities working to meet those needs in the community. The success of Triple comes from the commitment of a dedicated board of directors, its members, and volunteers. To continue to improve services, Triple is renovating the historical YWCA building located at 42 West Maiden Street in Washington. This will allow for an assistive internet cafe, increased veteran services, and transportation and wellness to provide skills to help with independent living. Your help and feedback are appreciated, and if you seek assistance, we're here to help.
And we are back at the Carey Center in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. 61-27 at the half. The Bearcats of St. Vincent leading the Bethany Bison. And statistically speaking, as we were granted the halftime sheet from assistant SID Sean King and company, you could slice this pie however you want, but it's still going to taste the same. The statistics, whichever stat you look at, and you mentioned some of them right before the half or at halftime before we went to our halftime feature. It's heavily one-sided, as you would imagine. At St. Vincent doing a number on the Bethany Bison in all facets of the game.
Yeah, turnover is really a problem for Bethany in the first half. 18 of them, leading to 26 points by the Bearcats. 18 fast break points, 28 points in the paint. Sometimes all three of those go hand in hand, and doesn't help out giving up 61 points, but also doesn't help not scoring a basket in the last 6:47 of the first half, and that's what Bethany is facing right now, entering the second half, that drought. So kind of a perfect storm or an imperfect storm if you're a fan of the Bison. Things not going well and then snowballing and going worse at the end of the first half. St. Vincent just pedal to the metal, and that's exactly what they did at the end of the first half. Kept pushing the floor, kept forcing the issue, and all the way to 61 points. I think that's a satisfactory half if you're most basketball teams around the country.
As displeased as Rebecca Upton was with her team, you couldn't be any more pleased if you're Jimmy Petruska and the St. Vincent Bearcats coaching staff. I don't know that there's really much to work on for St. Vincent other than what we heard him hollering out at his team as they were taking warm-ups. Keep your focus.
Yeah, don't get complacent here. You don't want to. You never want to take a bad half into another game, and with 2 games left, St. Vincent goes to Waynesburg Wednesday. You want to end this game well. You don't want to have a bad taste in your mouth or have some kind of develop bad habits, basically, for the next game.
And so second half underway, tipped by Allie Schmidt, but held on to by Naples. Mikayla Tipton back in the game playing with 3 fouls. Gabrielle Naples finds Tipton, left wing, throws up a 3. Long rebound. Jasmine Weems nearly collides with Elle Collins, but corrals the basketball and the rebound. Allie Schmidt baseline, finds Mathers, deflects off of Taylor Varico to Sammy Schott. So Bethany, a little bit of a renewed focus here to start the second half. And
that's kind of one of those things, too. Just didn't see the pass. Schmidt tried to force the pass and didn't really connect with Mathers there. Didn't throw her a good pass that she could handle.
Taylor Varico, left-handed take through the lane. Off the front of the rim, rebound Mathers. Now it's Weems in the forecourt. Mathers, top of the key, surveys the defense, looks left to Allie Schmidt. And just as we were talking about for St. Vincent, they want to keep their focus for the Bethany Bison. Whether they're able to overcome this large deficit or not, is Taylor Mathers with the bucket off the glass. They still want to play well in the second half because they have important games remaining. We talked about the scenario they're in. They want to achieve that 6th spot in the conference for the sixth seed going into the PAC tournament. And right now, as we enter the day, you have Grove City hot on their heels. And so you want to play for the remaining 2 games. A miss by Sammy Schott. Rebound Schmidt off the long board. She'll run. Schmidt finds resistance from Skylar Williams. Circles out to Mathers. Now Elle Collin fires up the 3. Spins out. Rebound Benvenuti. Put back. Rattles out as well. Unfriendly home rim for the homestanding Bearcats.
Well, nobody's staying around Benvenuti at the hoop. He rebounded that one all alone. Just unable to finish.
Taylor Varico to Naples in traffic. High off the window, 63-29. So Bethany with their first field goal in quite some time. Is about 8 minutes of gameplay, quite frankly. And we're under the 18-minute mark. Here's a 3-pointer for Elle Collins. That's the 3rd 3-pointer of the day for Collins. She has 15. Averages 13 points per game, so beyond her average, as are most Bearcats today.
Checking in for the Bison, number
Turnover
3,
by Bethany.
Simpson, and number 10, Carly Grady.
Jasmine Weems, as she walks it up the floor, receives direction from Coach Jimmy Petruska and passes it off. Taylor Mathers to Weems left side, backs it off with Lauren Simpson guarding. Inside to Mathers. Right back out, Collins. No good from 3-point land. Offensive board, Benvenuti. Bumped and fouled by Williams.
Legs tangled up there. She tried to turn the corner.
22, Skylar Williams, her 3rd, team first.
Collins bounce past Mathers. Out to Schmidt. Leans her way in through the paint. It's around a defender who falls down. Sammy Schott. Easy lay-in. Once Schott had fallen down, it actually looks like a shot with a painful grimace on her face. Not sure what she might have done as my vantage point partially blocked, but we saw her go down to the floor. And certainly hope that she is okay, but she is battling through whatever her ailment might be. Allie Schmidt, another lay-in, 70-29 St. Vincent. So back-to-back takes for Schmidt. She has 8. Simpson around a screen from Gabrielle Naples. Sammy Schott, baseline, finds Naples. That ball rattles around the rim and eventually falls through the nylon, 70-31.
Schott still grimacing as she's running up and down the floor. There's a whistle now. Hopefully we'll get her out of the game. Doesn't look like she's well right now.
She will check out as Shelva Burns and R.E.L. Neal will enter. And one thing you don't want to do if you're the Bethany Bison is lose a player of the ability of Sammy Schott. Not exactly sure what she might have done, but it happened when she fell down to the floor and Allie Schmidt was able to blow by her. I did not see contact, but
I think it was a she tripped on her own basically, and hopefully that's just a rolled ankle or something along that of that nature. You don't want anything more serious, hopefully.
Burns left side, Simpson head fake, hop step, kicks it out. Alexis Naples finds Neal right side. Looks back inside to Gabrielle Naples. Bounce pass, baseline jumper, Shelva Burns. Rattles out, rebound Taylor Mathers. Mathers goes coast to coast. Well, Taylor Mathers, her ability, whether it's rebounding, good hands, that time running the floor. She can do it all. Glad you can be with us today on the PAC Sports Network. Lauren Simpson with the miss. Rebound Benvenuti toppled down to the floor unintentionally, but still a foul on R.E.L. Neal. Incidental contact. Stay with us for Game 2 of our twin bill. His first place on the line in the PAC in men's basketball. We have a 3-way race for the top spot of the conference down the stretch. Thomas More, St. Vincent, and Bethany. And we do have an update involving the Thomas More Saints today.
Yeah, Thomas More taking on Teal up in Greenville, actually upended by Teal, the same Tomcats that defeated the Bearcats. So Teal taking out a couple of contenders in the PAC over the last week and a half. And that makes it very difficult for Thomas More to end up with that top seed in the regular season title.
Lauren Simpson with the bucket and the foul.
Can be done, but I need a lot of help. They needed a lot of help heading into this game. Heading into today, but with St. Vincent and Bethany still on their schedule ahead of them, and St. Vincent and Bethany playing here today, still doable, but much more difficult now that they have fallen to Teal.
Of the teams in the 3-horse race, you can ill afford to lose a game outside of the main 3 in that scenario, and Thomas More does that today, and a loss on the road at Teal. Of course, we're talking about the men's basketball standings, the Thomas More Saints losing at Teal today, and we'll see how it all plays out, but that does not bode well for the Saints.
No, not at all. This game becomes very important for both St. Vincent and Bethany, more so probably for the Bethany Bison in terms of the men's game that follows this women's game, because if they can win that game, they'll pull even with St. Vincent. If St. Vincent can win the game, they'll have a pretty much a stranglehold on the conference.
Naples no good. A rebound, Hannah Carroll. Handing it off to Drew Meeker. 72-34 our score here in women's basketball. St. Vincent in control. Inside Mathers. Nice spin in the bucket. Great awareness displayed once again by Taylor Mathers. She has 19 points today. Leading all scorers, Elle Collins with 15 and Jessica Welch with a dozen.
The St. Vincent men win today. We'll just take a win at Williamsburg on Wednesday, and then the regular season finale against Thomas More. That's pretty much meaningless.
And if you're St. Vincent, you would love no more than that type of scenario, but you have to get it done against Bethany today. The Bison, as you said, they have other thoughts in mind, and
well, they got a tough road, too, starting with today on this floor. Then a couple of home games, but Thomas More on Wednesday, and then W&J on Saturday. So they're going up against their top three, or what is their top three opponents in the conference.
Ariel Neal bucket plus a foul. And the Teal Tomcats.
Yeah, they got that look of nobody wants to be across from them on that tournament line. Already taken out St. Vincent. And yeah, it was in 4 overtimes, but just being able to knock off St. Vincent kind of gives them that, or gets rid of that invincible type of feeling you had when you saw the Bearcats on the schedule. You know, they can be beat, even though it took a little extra. And then against Thomas More today, being able to pick up a win against the Saints, that's a team it's tough to play against. Even if you can beat the Teal men's team, you're going to get beat up. They're going to outwork you, out-rebound you, or at least try to. And they're going to bring a very physical brand of basketball to whatever gym they're playing in. Not going to be a top seed, not going to get a home game. Not going to be one of the top 4 seeds in the tournament, but wherever they go.
Taylor Mathers once again. Back to the basket, spin move, kiss off the glass, 76-37 Bearcats. Mathers with 21. And the Teal Tomcats, just in terms of the men's action and men's tournament, as you said, a team that others just you don't want to draw the Teal Tomcats. Taylor Mathers knifing through the lane. Beautiful pass as well by Jessica Welch. And a timeout. This is just a substitution timeout as Taylor Mathers and Elle Collins will exit. So that to honor the seniors. And again, we mentioned Elle Collins, a junior, but being honored as a senior today because she is graduating early.
Well, if that's all for Taylor Mathers this afternoon, what an afternoon. 23 points, 7 rebounds, and very limited action. Elle Collins, 15 points, including 3 3-pointers.
Another steal by St. Vincent, this time by Hannah Carroll. Zajac off the window as well. Well, that's the future right there of the St. Vincent Bearcats. Of course, the present is still on the minds of everyone here at St. Vincent, of course. But when you look at the future, once Taylor Mathers has graduated, Brianna Zajac, very talented player in the post. And there is Hannah Carroll, unafraid to go inside with the drive. 82-37, St. Vincent. Just rolling along. In cruise control, Gabrielle Naples, feisty take. Draws a whistle.
St. Vincent foul number 32, Bree Zajac, her third.
Third foul on Zajac. Fourth team foul on St. Vincent in the second half. 11:03 to play at half number 2 as Naples misses the first free throw.
Checking in for the Bison, number 12, Kristen Black.
Gabrielle Naples in high school. We mentioned she and her younger sister Alexis Naples on this Bethany team. Gabrielle in high school, a first-team all-conference basketball player and softball player.
Carolina Gaspar.
That at South Range High School in Ohio. Hits the second free throw. She has 7 points today, does Gabrielle Naples. Three-pointer Drew Meeker, back of the iron. Rebound Jessica Welch. St. Vincent will reset. Inside to Welch. Left side low blocks fadeaway. No good. Rebound Carolina Gasparo. See some new players in the game now for both sides. Kristen Black, head fake, three-pointer. Kristen Black, the sophomore. Now the Bethany Bison, a very young team, much like St. Vincent from that aspect, and getting some more of those youngsters in the contest. With the score as it is, we saw Sammy Schott grimacing coming out of the game with some sort of what we hope is a minor injury, as we wish all our PAC athletes well. And I don't think we're going to see any more of her today.
No, I don't think you'll see much of any starter the rest of the game, and just as well with the score being the way that it is. And something Bethany needs to take away from this game too is the fact that they could run into St. Vincent in the tournament, first round of the tournament. So you'd like a strong finish, even though you have your reserves in right now. You'd like a strong finish to this game, or at least the right mindset coming out of this game, because you might see these guys again in 10 days or so.
And you don't want to come back to this building and think, oh my, remember the last time we were here, as Jessica Welch cranks up her third triple of the day. She has 15. 85-44. Jump shot baseline, Black. Rebound Welch under the hoop. Has a little trouble in the backcourt with the dribble, but releases the pass to Hannah Carroll. And hands it back off to Welch. Bounce pass tipped away by Neal. And Gasparo ahead to Alexis Naples. Alexis Naples through traffic throws up a shot off the left side of the rim. Drew Meeker to the right wing. Carroll out to Susie Ellis for the three-pointer. Well, we've seen the St. Vincent men in a performance like this. We talked about it at halftime off air, but against Westminster when we were here. Similar type performance. If you're wearing a white jersey, you're likely going to do well today. Gasparo short on the shot, rebound Carroll.
Well, the St. Vincent men are hoping that the way they've been shooting the basketball against Westminster and on Wednesday here against Geneva, I hope that transfers over to this afternoon against Bethany. Huge game coming up here about 6 o'clock or so. First place sort of on the line.
Zajac with the bucket moments ago. 90 points for St. Vincent. 90-44. Ellis left side, Meeker. Meeker sifts through the lane with the floater. 92-44. Shooting percentage was 52% at the half for St. Vincent.
54% now. 56% now.
Sounds about right. Here's a steal, Meeker.
A little too quick with that one and hadn't updated yet.
Baseline pass from Zajac as she finds Ellis cutting to the cylinders. Susie Ellis, the 5'5" freshman.
Still the same recipe for success, just getting to the hoop, scoring points in the paint.
Full timeout, Bethany. We'll take a full timeout with them. 94-44, St. Vincent on the PAC Sports Network.
Bankruptcy myths. Busted.
Bankruptcy is just another word for failure. It's for deadbeats.
The typical person filing for bankruptcy is 38, middle class, and educated. Over 90% of bankruptcies are traceable to job loss, illness, or divorce, factors largely out of anyone's control.
Myth. Busted. Bankruptcy myths. Busted. Brought to you by Foster Law Offices. Call today to schedule a free consultation and sleep better tonight.
For 3 generations, Sharps Furniture has been proud to serve Southwestern PA with their brand of personal service. Being an authorized dealer for Lazy Boy, they are dedicated to providing the finest quality products made here in the US of A. Looking for custom upholstery? Sharps carries a large selection of upholstery to choose from, all made in America. And their friendly staff will deliver right to your front door. Sharps Furniture, your authorized Lazy Boy dealer. Family owned, family operated since 1917. Located just off I-70, exit 19B in Washington, PA.
Back at the Carey Center in Latrobe, it's 94-40 for St. Vincent over the Bethany Bison. And the Carey Center decorated with pink ribbons today, raising breast cancer awareness.
I like your pink shirt. That's a good touch.
Thank you very much.
Matches our laptop up above.
Now, how is it that our producer, Catherine Guyan, who always is looking for any excuse to wear pink, she has, as you said, a pink computer. The bag that carries that computer is pink, but yet she wears green today.
I don't really try and understand her anymore, so.
Well, the fashionista, Cat Guyan, donning green for the green game, but it's green and pink today. Taylor Varico misses the first free throw attempt.
I don't think I have ever owned a pink shirt on purpose. I've had a couple laundry mishaps, but nothing that was actually purposely bought when it was pink.
Yeah, there are a couple of towels beside us here at the scores table for the officials. It's a leaner, no good. We have a player down on the floor for St. Vincent, and that is Susie Ellis. She is helped back up to her feet as appears to be okay. I was actually looking away from the area of of the perhaps collision with Ellis. Not sure, but nonetheless, she's up on her feet and appears to be okay for the most part. So that is good news. But those towels I was talking about near the scores table for the officials, they're light pink, but they look like the mistake pink that you were talking about, as if it was a poor laundry mishap, perhaps. There's a nice jumper by Kristen Black.
Well, they were smarter than me. I got rid of the shirts, and they kept the towels for the occasion. So.
You just never know. St. Vincent has been in control since the early part of this game. There's a steal. Sammy shot back in. And Kristen Black no good on the left-handed take.
Well, several starters back in for Bethany. Varico, Williams, shot.
A little surprised to see some of those folks back in particular Sammy Schott, but the good news is that she is back in the contest and still has a little bit of a hampered look on her face just as she walks about the floor on defense.
And not too confident, a little unsure.
Drew Meeker finds the open space through the lane. She has 6. Perhaps this is an occasion where kind of a confidence builder for Schott to maybe feel a little bit better about what is ailing her. Shot blocked. Gasparo with the shot rejection. I believe that was Abby Stahl underneath. You could just, and we have a great vantage point down here on the floor. Looking at Sammy Schott, just the facial expression is, as you said, confidence, lack of confidence in whatever the lower body injury might be. And it's still a look of pain on her face at times. But right now, a little pitch and catch between Schott and Black is trying to set up an open shot right now, the Bethany Bison. 18 to shoot. Varico spinning toward the cylinder, left-handed take. 96-49. Three-pointer off the mark for Maggie Kimmich. And Jill Kaig is getting closer to the century mark. The St. Vincent Bearcats, 98-49. Williams to Varico. Throws up a shot back of the iron, draws a whistle. Foul coming on Kayla Stockenis.
St. Vincent foul number 10, Kayla Stockenis. Her first, team 6. Checking in for the Bison, number 34, Shelva Burns.
Taylor Varico misses the first.
14, Susie Ellis.
Varico, fun-loving player, likes to try and keep the team loose. All All-PAC honorable mention last year. Outstanding three-point shooter. Hits her second free throw. Berico with 9 today. No Bison in double digits at this point. Collectively, they have 50. St. Vincent looking to double up the Bison on this possession. And they'll get to point number 100. Abby Stahl gets the Bearcats to the century mark. 100-50. Williams for the long-range three-pointer. No good. Rebound Kay. Under 4 to play. St. Vincent, when this goes final, will improve to 17-6 overall and 14-2 in the President's Athletic Conference. Jill Kaig with the rainbow. Bethany will fall to 6-10 in the conference and 7-16 overall. And a steal by Stockidis. Can't finish. Kaig with the rebound. Taylor Varico jumps a pass. And she'll go coast to coast with it. 103-52. Varico now in double digits, the first Bison to reach double figures with 11. Susie Ellis, nice dish by Stockidis.
Well, that's been the recipe all afternoon. Being able to get to the rim, just right down the lane, lay it in.
Varico, no good on the left-handed shot. Kaig with the rebound, spins free from a couple of Bison. 2.5 to go. And with the win today, the Bearcats have assured themselves the second seed in the PAC tournament.
Checking in for the Bison, number
Bethany still in a battle for the 6th seed. Is Grove City behind them? Grove City taking on Geneva today. And that game not underway yet. 5:30 scheduled start time for Grove City and Geneva. 6 o'clock scheduled start time for game 2 of our broadcast doubleheader. Men's basketball with Bethany and St. Vincent here from the Carey Center. We've seen some exciting games in past years between those two teams. Shot clock violation. Or do we have a foul before it? Let's see here. Nope, shot clock violation comes first.
Checking in for the Bison, number 40, Stacy Potter.
105-52. I'm glad you could be with us today on the PAC Sports Network. You can follow us on Twitter at PAC Sports. Our website, pacstream.net. Also, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, you name it. Ariel Neal outside. Three-point try, no good for Stacy Potter. Ellis. Down low, baseline take by Abby Stahl with the right hand. And now a steal on the inbounds pass by Jill Kaig. Now Jill Kaig has the motor running still, no matter what the score and situation, that's for sure.
She actually sang the national anthems here on Wednesday night against Geneva. Did a fantastic job.
Susie Ellis for the triple. She's in double digits now with 10. Her second three-pointer of the day. 1 minute to go. 110-52. Simpson with the take from the left side. All 8 of Simpson's points have come in the second half. Stockidis follows her own miss. Now stay tuned following the broadcast, or following the game in the post-game segment of our broadcast. We'll hand out our Foster Law Office's Player of the Game. I don't think we even have to discuss. I know where we're going with this one. We have 2 seniors today. Elle Collins, the junior senior because even though she is a junior, she will be graduating early, so honored today on Senior Day. We also have Taylor Mathers as a senior. So at least give you that hint. It's more than likely going to be one of our 2 players recognized today at home at the Carey Center for St. Vincent. Missed by the by the Bison. A whistle with 8.7 to go. Out of bounds, the call on St. Vincent, so it will be Bethany basketball. 114-56. Potter, right side, Simpson, baseline, shot blocked by Stahl. And that's your ball game. The St. Vincent Bearcats blow out the Bethany Bison today. Your final, 114-56. Again, our Foster Law Office's Player of the Game coming up next on the PAC Sports Network.
When you are in need of fast, affordable, and professional voiceovers, contact TimeAd Productions. TimeAd Productions offers voice services for business presentations, documentary narrations, radio, television, imaging, and commercials, movie trailers, corporate phone systems, websites, audiobooks, and more. Visit or contact us online at www.timeadproductions.com.
We're back at the Carey Center where we have gone final in women's action, 114-56 St. Vincent. The Bearcats opened up a 22-6 lead early. They did it with hot shooting, defense, and their transition game, and that would be the recipe for this blowout win. What started as a 22-6 lead only grew, and they did it the same way that they opened the early advantage. St. Vincent very impressive today. As we said, if you were wearing a white uniform, you probably did pretty well this afternoon. Jessica Welch in double digits, 15. Susie Ellis with 10. Elle Collins, 15. Taylor Mathers with 23. Only one player in double digits for Bethany. That was Taylor Varico with 11. And we'll quickly get to our Foster Law Office's Player of the Game. Today with not just with 23 points, but with a pretty fair all-around performance. Our player of the game today is Taylor Mathers.
Yeah, 11 of 14 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds to go along with her 23 points. A very memorable final home game for her, final regular season home game for her. The Bearcats will have a first-round game here, at least a first-round game here in the women's tournament. Looking at the overall team just very quickly, the big thing to me that stands out is just points in the paint, 64 points in the paint for St. Vincent. That's just all afternoon. It went around and through the Bethany defense. Coach Jimmy Petruska has his team rolling right now.
They're playing excellent basketball, and they now sport a 17-6 record, 14-2 in conference play. Bethany falls to 7-16 overall and 6-10 in the President's Athletic Conference. So that just about does it from here for our women's broadcast on the PAC Sports Network. Stay tuned as, again, 6 o'clock, we'll have men's action as the top 2 teams of the PAC will go toe-to-toe, Bethany and St. Vincent. So a final here in women's action, 114-56, and Bearcats defeating the Bethany Bison. We'll be back in a few on the PAC Sports Network.